You mentioned,
Yeah.
Getting knowledge yourself, and starting to write rhymes, and get comfortable with yourself, and like you say, you're starting to understand, get knowledge yourself. Fast forward a little bit to meeting M1. How'd you guys meet, and how'd you guys establish the Dead Prez movement?
All right, so in a nutshell, it's a college in Tallahassee called Florida A&M University, FAMU.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
used for locals, like I ain't never go to college, but for locals it was like you could get free food in cafeteria and shit. You could holler at girls from all over the country that's older than you, that type of shit. So I used to do that as a hangout and be on the campus, and I was doing that since I was so young that people thought I went to college, right? I was
Right.
tall and skinny, and then because I had gotten in a lot of trouble, like at school and kind of locally in the community, like certain professors my mom would be like, "Yo, watch out for this nigga, he wild," So certain professors would let me come sit in on their lectures and just act like I go there just to keep me out of trouble. And one day I was in the psychology building, and we were all talking about philosophy, right? And I was telling them about the supreme math of the 5% nation. And nobody really knew, so I was writing it down on the board, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, boom. And all of a sudden, M1 walks in the door.
The 120.
He's the 120, exactly. So M walks in the door, and he's enrolled in school. He's like 2 years older than me. So and he was like, yo, God. He was like, peace, God. And I was like, what? Somebody knows the language, what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? And then we just both ended up teaching the rest of the class all the shit we was talking about. And you know what I mean? Just sharing. And then after that, we was just like, yo, my nigga, where you going? And we just became best of friends. So yeah, that's how we met.
Wow.
That's incredible.
And then how does it get into, like a rap thing though? Like with you guys, like so you meet, you both up on the lessons and the knowledge. How do you start, formulating the group and all that?
So I was already for years, around the town. I had made a little name for myself. I felt like I had studied the craft a lot, and I had a pretty good respect in terms of that. Right? M was straight from Brooklyn. Super fresh, the fly boots, the whatever the latest. I don't know if it was Hill Figure at that time. Whatever it was, he had two of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he was just like a really fresh dude, and he was but he was a DJ. He wasn't even rapping. He was like he could do good graffiti and graph, and then he know how to spin. So he was just like, kind of more like, I'm from New York and you nice. You know what I mean? And for a long time, you know what I mean?
There goes that New York arrogance.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give you this chance. You from this country shit, but you nice. And, I just liked him because he was just cool as shit, a really genuine golden heart type of dude, but also got some thug in him. So he'll do some gangster shit, but then he mad smart. So we click like that, and then that's what you do when you're around. And then he would be like, we did cyphers when Common used to go to FAMU, and like we would battle and shit and just be killing everybody.
Oh wow!
And then he, one day he was just like, I write a little bit. And then I heard him, and you could tell his uniqueness. Like, he always smart, you know what I mean? So I just was like, yo, bro, you can rap, man. You should rap more. And so just amongst each other, we just encouraged him. He would encourage me. And then we was like, well, let's, start doing little demos with other crews and shit. And we formed this group. First group name that we had was called The Masses Want War.
Sounds like a rock group.
That's deep. Yeah, that was our little shit. And, we had a clique. We had a clique in Tallahassee. Heads from the Attic, and we just was just full time, like trying to stay in the culture of making music, but then we was trying to survive, and we was on our street shit, and then we also was getting more and more politicized, even more so than just the 5% side, but like the Panthers and what can we do on the block to make a difference? How can we serve? And we got influenced by Huey and all of them, and then we saw a newspaper from this organization called NPDUM, National People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, and we invited their leader, at the time, how we was looking at it, we invited him to come speak in our neighborhood in Houghton Street. And, it's like the last thing you're going to expect is that. It's like projects and dope and shit like that. But we invited him to speak outside, right on the corner, right there. And, they liked how we was on it. And then we basically got drafted into the Uhuru movement and trained for a bunch of years doing security and getting political education and just running around Oakland and Chicago and all over the country, like organizing. And so that's how we, that's how we was like rapping, and we was trying to do something more positive than what we had been doing by working with them. But then shit was real. We young, and then M, he got drafted to stay in Chicago and be like a local president. Me, when he left, I kind of was like, well, I ain't doing this music shit no more. And then I started just thugging more. And then I ended up in jail for like a shootout and shit. Just doing dumb shit when I was little. And so we made a pact that when I come home, we was gonna focus on the music again, and then the rest.